PC Mining Caveman here, and welcome to this next episode on the Crystalcraft server. I'm just out here in the wilderness collecting a bunch of this dark oak because I am just about out of it. And I've been wandering around a little bit looking for bases, collecting resources, lots of ores. In fact, I've been tunneling underground on level 11 and 12. Went out of spawn, went underground outside of protection, and have just been tunneling in a straight direction. And I think I'm like at 4,600 blocks out already. From 0, 0, since world protection is about 500, I think it is. So, on about 4,000 blocks of traveling underground, just collecting all sorts of resources. And a lot of you probably know that there's a little bit of a mishap that I had about 2 weeks ago now, I think it is. Maybe pushing 3. I'm going to have to double check. But I was temporarily banned due to a miscommunication with one of the donor ranks. Is the power tool command, and you can assign any of the donor commands to an item using the power tool. And as anybody who's watched my videos for any length of time know that I had jump command power tooled to my cooked pork, which is the main thing I eat, because we have the piggy spawner at Block's base that just has pumped out an enormous amount of pork, and so it's the most easiest food for us to eat and always available. So I've had that power tooled for a long time, and I have, with 1.9 out, I've also been messing around with mechanics in my single player creative world, and I was having trouble with the end island respawning the dragon, so I was doing all sorts of deleting the entire subfolder in my .minecraft folder for the end and trying to get the dragon to spawn, and it wouldn't. So I loaded a new world and had loaded up an end island, moved that over into my creative world, and spawned a dragon, and it worked just fine. So I ended up having, I deleted that, went back into the creative world, spawned the normal end island, and the dragon was there. I killed it, but it would not let me respawn it. So I was having a lot of difficulty with that. And the end island rings were still not rendering out past either 800,000 or 900,000 blocks. And so with all of that end island and end islands on the outer ring, I did finally get it all fixed out in my creative world, and came back into Crystalcraft, and without even thinking about it, I admit that I made the mistake, but without even thinking about it, I went to my vaults, used power tool command, the power tool commanded pork, and just jumped up on top of the vaults. That area is actually a region protect area where the /jump command doesn't work, so I did break one of the rules. Intentionally, not in the slightest. Wasn't even thinking about that. So after I was able to, I still went through the whole process like any other player is supposed to, did the unban request, waited for J4E and was it Steve-O to debate it and all that sort of stuff, and they did unban me, and I've taken PowerTool off my pork so that I don't make that mistake again. And the only reason I put it on my pork to begin with is because I was pressured by everybody to just use the command. It makes life easier. It doesn't really make anything that much easier. And it certainly can get you into trouble if you aren't even thinking about it. But I'm back. I've been working on quite a bit of stuff. I have overhauled, not necessarily an overhaul, but I've started working on the inside of my Shark. I just never got around to finishing the upper level, and I've had a couple inspirational ideas that came to me, so I decided to start working on them. But before I hop over there real quick, since I'm in an area outside of spawn that's totally worthless to me, just collecting some of these blocks, I'll show you that at the moment I am running a solid 60 frames per second. That is because my fraps is locked at 60. As you can see as I move about, that it's spiking all over the place. That's because of my recording limitations, not issues. Fraps is not the best one to record with, but as you can see, it's fluctuating. When I am not recording, I am getting a solid 128 frames per second. Well, 120 frames per second, and that's because I have it locked there. I wonder if I went up. See, running at 120 now. Unlimited. Let's see what unlimited runs at. It locks out at 120 as long as I'm holding still. And that's recording. Let me pause real quick and check. Alright. If you saw real quick, I was well over 600 frames per second when I stand still. When I'm moving around, it's bouncing between 450, 460 up to 532 or something like that. Let me go ahead and fix that. I had never been able to run that high, and for me it's because of the 1.9 update, and I know lots of people, not a lot, well, a good enough amount of people are just not able to play Minecraft at all with the 1.9 update. And for me, my game's never been smoother. Now, Mojang did do a lot of stuff to help streamline processes and try to smooth out how the game renders and stuff, and it seems to benefit the majority of people, but there is a percentage of people that just it has locked up so badly that they can't even play anymore. But anyway, let me I'm gonna grab some more food anyway. Alright, let's go hop over to the Shark, and let me show you the home Shark. Show you some of the stuff that I have accomplished there so far. Alright, so in the mouth, first thing you might notice is there's no automatic smelter on this side. Quite a few chests are gone over there, and it's not a clear path. So I've moved out all of my chest from down here. I have started raising this floor. This grass down there used to be the main level. So I'm working on that. I'm adding in windows onto the sides so you can actually see the surroundings. And I'm very close to just killing off all these animals because of their sleep noises. But, oh well. So going up here, I have this walkway that Y's out, goes up each side. And I have my villagers here. Well, our villagers. Some of them were taken out to turn into villager breeders. This is what these guys take. Leather, raw foods. And then the engine room back here, so I haven't done anything with this spot yet. And over here, these are the ones that offer enchanted books. So we've got, let's see, we've got Thorns is so tough, looting. He offers 2 different fortunes. And they all take books basically written. I've gotten quite a few from Touch and Fortune 3 performances off of it. So anyway, we come up the stairs, and so this is where the villagers used to be. This is above the mouth of the shark in its nose. And this is now my inventory area. Basic tools, utility items, redstone items, some food stuff, nether blocks, ocean temple stuff, end blocks, blocks that make up strongholds, and diorite inside the 1.8 blocks, clay, sand, glass, dirt. I don't have a chest for every single item. I'm not going to store that much stuff. But me and I use a lot of wood in my builds. I've made double chests for all these. So I had depleted most of that and had gone through all of those. So that is what stocking up on those things are. So I'm still trying to learn where all my stuff goes now. Am I full on these? Yes, I am full. Back here I have my brewing stuff, and this is the chainmail armor that you can't craft. So I've got that all collected. And gunpowder goes up here. Gunpowder is something I need to collect a lot of to make TNT. But I have my ores. Lots of empty stuff in case of expansion or needing to move stuff around. But on these top boxes are all the actual raw ore format. And down here is the processed format. And let's see, redstone, and obsidian, some coal blocks. I've actually stopped collecting coal and redstone just because they're so abundant. But yeah, I've smelted so much of that iron up. I think I've already smelted 27 stacks or something like that. And let's go ahead and put that away. I have mending on my armor, and that is awesome. I can run around. Oh, forgot to put this stuff away from earlier. I can run around mining all day long, and as long as I pop some redstone once in a while and collect its XP orbs, I will just keep my armor at maximum durability the entire time when I'm walking about. It's pretty cool stuff. I haven't been able to find any mending books yet, Alright, what am I looking for? Right there. And call. Alright, I need to set this to 60 because it's trying to overdrive. And then still the emeralds that we were collecting. Somehow I'm still getting minecart movement sound from these guys. And these minecarts are on an unpowered rail, so they should not be moving on the rail. And I had to go. I had fence posts on the front, back, or just and they were bouncing back and forth on their own. So I went ahead and put these head slabs back. And they still make the minecart moving sound. So you got the storage room in there, and then I got my PvP stuff in here. These are all bows, enchanted bows, all from Skellies throughout the world. I have made the arrows, so those aren't all Skelly drops. And then I went ahead and thought, you know what? Don't need that high of a ceiling there, so I decided to make a third level. And then up there is a fourth level, and that's the original command deck that had the navigator area and stuff. Let me just go. A few people got off. We were up to 21 players earlier today. Or earlier this evening. So somewhere in here was like, yeah, I think this was it. Was a ladder going all the way up to the top, and then each of those had its different, like 3 different layers of windows for the navigation, con, and something else. But this level that I put this on is not actually very good for Windows, so I might. But if I go up higher, then your head would be scratching the ceiling all the time. So I'm not sure what I do with this at the moment, but that's what that floor is. And I think if you just go up 2 blocks is the top of the shark. So I smoothed out the walls a lot, made them much more square instead of rounded, and I was going to start doing it on this wall, but I was out of this. So that's why I put the windows out this way, because I was going to smooth it out here. But then I realized, no, it's going to mess up my ceiling, so I'm going to have to, because this cuts in so far, I'm going to have to bring it out to this level. So that's a little bit of work. I'm going to make it solid wood, of course. So that's what I've been doing in my shark. Let's see. I have not... oh, wait. No, I did do something else. All right, so let's jump down here to the fire beacon. Alright, so there used to be quite the hillside that sloped from... oh, good thing I did not fall all the way down, because that would have been death. So over here there used to be all this hillside that sloped down to the waterfront, and on the other side over here, this hillside sloped down to the staircase and then had a little knob that stuck up on the end. And I've terraformed a lot of that down in preparation for a nice smooth entry into Block's castle thing. And I took all this hillside down just so that you had a view of his castle. And then also with that, I reworked this glass dam and made it wider because the ground used to butt up to the back side of the dock. It used to come, the ground used to be all the way here, and I've dug it out. Let's see, if probably too dark for you to see, but now you can see the pathway down there. So I dug all of this water, or all this ground underwater back quite a ways. Okay, so they're under my shark, that's why they're on. Let's hop down. Yeah, it's this way. Down. There it is. So there's the glass dam. So I wanted this. Oh, I forgot to put logs from the from those piers downward. So you can see up and out. You'll be able to see Block's Castle from down here. And the idea was to be able, oh, you can kind of see it. The lines on the glass don't work so well. There's an Optifine, I guess snapshot would be a good word to use, out, but I'm not running it yet. I've heard that there's quite a few issues with the invisible mobs happening. And speaking of Optifine, that is now going to be the only allowed mod that the only mod that's going to be allowed to be run on Crystalcraft on your client. So as I've showed in several of my past episodes and used quite often, I have used a large variety of mods. I've used the Minimap mod. I've used the... Here, let me pause that real quick and pull up my mod history. So my dynamic lights, which lets the torches give off ambient light. The extra achievements, which I don't show much in game, but it was extra achievements that you could do, is basically craft everything, build everything, and is just something else to do for fun. Voxel minimap, too many items, which is just simply helps your inventory when you're in creative. And let's see. Oh yeah, Forge, Light Loader, because Light Loader was needed for Voxel minimap, and Schematica. Now Schematica is something that I just about have to use. It's what I use to be able to get my stuff built in a very timely manner between the limited time that I have to play. I can get a Schematica, load it up in my creative world, tweak it, and then import the outline into here and then build it. That is how I built that tower. That is how I built my shark. That is how I built some of this tower. That is how I built that roof piece. Let's see. It's what I was working on using. I used it to make the general shape of the halo. I was using it to work on steampunk house designs to put into here. It's what I was using to make things for inside the hollowed out cave that I have. I use Schematica a lot just so that I can make my stuff quickly and be able to get the videos out to you all. But now all of those mods are banned. It's That's what it is. Everything is banned except Optifine. So if anybody logs in with a modded client, they can be kicked and told to unmod their client or face a permanent ban. Now, I understand GeForce's decision on that because there are so many mods out there that let people cheat and hack and just be able to cause problems. And I understand that, but that now makes Bunny's got small. You know, I knew that. I noticed that in my chart, but never really investigated. But with the banning of all the mods, my ability to get videos made and out to you in a timely manner will be not possible anymore. So you're going to have to be patient and just expect maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks between episodes now. Especially if I have a big project. There is flat out no way in the world that I would have been able to build this shark without Schematica. Something very small in comparison, like this tower, once you have the general outline, you can count how many up, and then you come in, and then you count, and just something like that would be a little bit okay. I had also just found, just before the little banning incident, I had found 2 ships that somebody had made on graph paper that looked pretty nice, and so I was going to build them in my creative world and then, you know, transpose them in using Schematica into Crystalcraft to see if they were the right size worth building. But that's not possible, so I either have to waste my time to build the whole thing, not knowing the dimensions of it up front, or I just build it and have to live with a potentially unpleasant looking build. But anyway, those are my troubles that I have to deal with, but I will still strive to get some episodes out to you all once in a while, and hopefully it'll be still semi-frequent. There are some additional games. Oh yeah, I need to get some more pork. There are some games coming out this year that I am really wanting to play, and I want to be some of the... I hate it when it does that. I want to be some of the early YouTubers to do that. My current series that I have running is the Mist, the first Mist. Well, it's the... You know what? I don't need it up here. I need it all the way down at the bottom. I need to get access down there. It's the real Mist, and so I know there's no audio with that series. I was having mic issues at the time. I do want to do the other, replay the other stories in it eventually. Let's see which one. Oh, wow. It's all the way up there now. Okay. We have too much work. But yeah, I have other games that I'm wanting to switch to later this year. If they get released. One's been in development for several years called Obduction, not Abduction, Obduction, spelled with an O. And it's the same creators as Myst. So I am really looking forward to that. I was not part of the Kickstarter program, but I am wanting to be one of the early people to play it. And then, of course, there's Mass Effect Andromeda, the fourth Mass Effect story. That's supposed to be coming out towards the end of this year. I love the first three, but I'm not really going to go back and play them all. I've thought about playing the third one because I never finished all the add-on content. It would be kind of nice to just be able to finish out all those achievements. But anyway, that is what I have been up to. And I know I haven't got anything built, but I have been working on stuff since I've been back on. This took a lot of time, actually getting it all planned out and changing inventory from down there up to here and decide how to split it. Takes a while, but anyway, thanks for watching this episode, and I will continue to work on stuff, get episodes made, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for